Good morning, how y'all are? Well, it's overnight here again today, so we left me in charge of the place. It sure was a fine morning. Yes, just might go to the town, do a little shopping, do little errands. Might even get my hair cut. You've been needing it, that's why I'm wearing the hat. Which kind of reminded me of the time cousin Boudroux decided to go to town to get his hair cut. And one morning just kind of like this, he's trying to comb his hair and he broke his comb. And he picked the pieces out of his hair and he said, well, I guess it's about time for me to go get my hair cut. And it's been a while since he'd been to town to get his hair cut. And when he got to town, he found old Pontno's barbershop was closed. So he don't know where to go to get his hair cut. But then he looked way across town. And way across the other side of the traffic light, he seen there's a new barbershop. And he got a sign right out front saying Modern Barbershop. So cousin Boudroux, he walked way across town on the other side of the traffic light, and he go inside this shop and call himself the Modern Barbershop. And he walked inside and he see the people waiting. And he asked the man behind the chair, you the barber? He said, yeah, the barber. Can I get my hair cut here? He said, sure, you can get your hair cut here. So cousin Boudroux sit down and try to pick himself up a magazine to look at, but it was one of them kind that's got a woman on the cover. Got no hunting or fishing in it, so we put the magazine aside. We decided, well, maybe I start talking, pass the time. So we look around and he started looking at the folks there and they say, you know, they think about letting old Governor Edwin Edwards out of jail here in the next couple of years. And barbers flare up at that, look at cousin Boudroux and say, you can't talk about politics here. This is a modern barbershop. You can't talk about politics. Cousin Boudroux asked him, can't talk about politics? No, said the barber, you can't talk about politics here. This is a modern barbershop. Don't let you talk about no politics. Okay. So cousin Boudroux looked around and said, well, you know, they sure are a lot of strange folks around the neighborhood lately. And one of them come to my door, and they had him a little book they called Watchtower. And they telling me all about Jesus and all about this. I said, well, I know about Jesus. I was baptized in the church. But that don't count, that's just old heathen stuff. Wait a minute, said the barber. You're talking about religion. You can't talk about religion here. This is a modern barbershop. You can't talk about religion here. Cousin Boudroux looked up at him and said, I can't talk about religion. That's right, you can't talk about religion, said the barber. This is a modern barbershop. You can't talk about religion in here. Okay. Cousin Boudroux looked around and said, well, this is a modern barbershop? That's right, the barber said. This is a modern barbershop. Well, cousin Boudroux asked, can I talk about sex? Barber, he said, well, sure, you can talk about sex. This is a modern barbershop. You can talk about sex. Okay, said cousin Boudroux. Then fuck you.